Hello, it's Derek, and I am here to make a little announcement. So, if I can steal a little bit of your time for this special episode where I can announce and tell you that as of the publishing of this video, I am announcing and launching my Patreon, which I've got. Maybe I should start with the most exciting part of this whole thing. I'm launching this Patreon in order to make it something that I really feel like is like substantial and of value. I'm bringing my radio show back specifically, exclusively for Patreon, weekly, 60 minutes, video form, audio form, playlist if you don't want to listen to me talk or want to pick out tracks later. But let's walk it back a little bit. So, as many of you know, Patreon has been around for a while and seems to be the best and most logical step for someone like myself who has been making content and it's entertaining people online. And Patreon is a way for myself to be able to grow what I'm doing, be able to support this production of me making all this stuff. And I have so many things I want to do, go out in the world and do interviews. I want to travel and do more things to capture for you guys. I also just want to do more long form things. And having patrons and a Patreon means that an individual creator like myself can have a reliable way to earn some income and be able to continue to give back to the audience while supporting me at the same time. So I haven't taken this decision lightly, and I've been thinking about it for a long time and was very opposed to it for a long time until really the tide started to turn with all the stuff I was doing, the amount of growth I've been having, the amount of support I've been getting, the amount of like meaningful interactions I've had to make me realize, okay, this is everything. This is going to be my life. This is my life. And up until this point, I've been juggling a job. People ask me all the time, like, how do you do this? Are you like, someone even asked me, a random person asked me like, I wondered if you came from money, all that sort of stuff. It's not that at all. I just have a job and scoot away to make content when I can. And now I'm committed. I'm doing this for real, which is crazy and exciting, and I hope it all works out. And as part of that, like I said, I've been thinking about it a lot, and I didn't want to just go like, "Hey, here's a Patreon, you'll get credits at the end of the podcast." I don't know what that means. Like, if I saw someone's video and I saw my name on it, would I be like, "Nice"? But I thought about what could I do? What could I do that means something to me that could mean something to you? And there's only one thing that I can do, which is my radio show. Because if you followed my journey up until this point, I started my radio show back in 2012 as a means to get out of my corporate job. And I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew that I liked curating music and sharing it with people and telling stories about it. And I retired it in 2019, having traveled around the world, meeting different people, and not really having success with the radio, but making connections through that radio show that led to a career in different places. And the radio show is the reason why I know so much about music. I absorbed so much on my Substack, on my newsletter. I analyzed or tried to figure out how many songs I've played on the radio, and it's somewhere in the vicinity of 15,000 songs. And so there's a level of knowledge that comes with absorbing, talking about, researching, downloading, broadcasting that much music. And I'll always look back at my radio time and be grateful for that, because I wouldn't be here today without doing that. And now with the Patreon, I thought, okay, like I'm committed to making more stuff for you guys. And going out there and doing more exciting things. But how do I do this in a way that I feel like I can be giving something more than just like extended cut downs of my TikToks? Who wants that? I cut out all the bad bits anyway. And I thought, you know what? The radio is where it's at. And keeps my head back in the game as well. I'll be searching for a whole lot of new music. I think it's going to be a really great way, if you follow me, to discover new music as well. So that's the announcement. And as part of it, there's all these other features you can get depending on your tier. Podcast minisodes where you can request what I talk about, and I do little episodes about that. Or there's a playlist club, or there's extended playlists for when I share my playlists, like my Yacht Club playlist, or my Whole Odo playlist, or my Japanese jazz playlist. You'll get extended versions of that as well. put a lot of thought, energy, and time into it. But I just wanted to take this little moment to acknowledge it, talk about it, because you'll hear about it more. But because I speak to you guys so much on this podcast, or just in general on all my other platforms, I kind of wanted a little bookmark to be like, I'm doing this thing, and this is why. And this is why it means something to me, and hopefully it means something to you. And if you become a patron, thank you. If you are not in the position to do so at this very moment, I totally understand, and that's cool too. Thank you for your views. Thank you for your likes, the listens, favorites, shares, telling friends about me, because it all helps. It's not just $1 in the bank account. It all helps. So look forward to that. The first episode of the podcast is free on my Patreon, patreon.com/G_Derek. Go check it out. And I can't wait to just see how this evolves and where this takes me. See you guys later.